This person wants to know, and rightly states, that estrogen levels affect our ADHD in our brains, and she wants to know what are my suggestions to cope when our stimulant meds don't work when estrogen levels bottom out right before our cycle starts. And she's not interested in taking more meds or upping her meds on the day because she's already taken 2 different stimulants at or above the recommendations. Well, the recommendations are very individual, and I would work closely with your doctor to make sure what's right for you. There really aren't any standard doses that are going to work for everybody. But that aside, if you don't want to look at adjusting your medication on those days, you have to then accommodate your life on those days. I know that's even harder to adjust. So knowing just in advance that you're going to have a harder time can sometimes help. Just knowing that you don't want to overschedule yourself on the day. You want to make sure you have plenty of rest, plenty of sleep, as little as stress as possible. You don't schedule 10 different meetings on that day. You want to recognize the fact that if this happens to you on a monthly basis, that you're going to have harder time, and you have to increase the variables, like I talk about in my book, ADD Journeys Through Adulthood, that you have to understand how these variables work, the amount of structure, the amount of support, the amount of stimulation, how much you're doing and what's the pace of those experiences, how much you have scheduled at one time, the difficulty, challenges, and how that affects how your brain works, your multitasking, your distractibility. And whenever you're having these periods of estrogen changes in your life, whether it's at menopause or before your cycle, you have to adjust your life and make your brain work, at its maximum, the best it can. Give yourself a break if you're having trouble during that time, and knowing that this is what's happening won't scare you so much, and you can relax a little bit and know that it'll pass. Know that if you're more overwhelmed, that you don't have to scare yourself that things are all falling apart. Know that this is going to happen on a monthly basis. Set up your life as best you can during that time, and then just give yourself a break. Okay, thanks.